What's up guys, World Ravager here with another TV show review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Cowboy Bebop, so let's get into it. On January 14th, I finished Cowboy Bebop. Stars Steve Blum, Bo Billingsley, and Wendy Lee, and it's about a relaxed bounty hunter from the future who goes on adventures, meeting friends and partners along the way, and making new ones as well. It's set in 2071 when the Earth is now uninhabitable. The hyperspace travel is now been invented, which is what causes Earth's downfall. But so humans have started colonizing the solar system. Police have legalized bounty hunting, also known as making them called cowboys as well, so, to help the police with their job, considering the much larger size of the area that is now being covered across the entire galaxy. It stars Spike, who is an ex-hitman, Jet, who is an ex-police officer, Faye, who is a con artist, Ed, who is a child hacker, and Ed, who is a genetically engineered dog. They live on the Bebop, which is a spaceship. They search for money and experience their past along the way, where we learn more about all of that. Why Jet left the police, and the fact that Faye died, got cryogenically frozen, brought back to life, and lost all of her memories. Spike has a rivalry with his old partner and friend Vicious, who wants to kill Spike now, because Spike stole Vicious's ex-girlfriend Julia. So Vicious has Julia kill Spike, but she doesn't, and he escapes. Later on, Julia meets back up with Spike to take down Vicious, because Vicious has mutinied and killed all of the gang leaders that they were in. But as they're trying to escape, Julia is killed, and Spike, no longer believing he has anything worth living for, confronts Vicious about her death. And in an epic showdown, he kills Vicious, but Vicious mortally wounds Spike as well, leaving him dead on the stairs. Personally, I had high hopes going into it. I've heard so many great things about this show from so many people. I'm not saying I was disappointed. It was a good anime. I enjoyed watching it. I think it was overhyped. I think it's the nostalgia, honestly. The fact that it's a 30-year-old anime now. We want it to be good, and it is good, but it's not as good as I think people are saying it is. I liked it, don't get me wrong. I love Spike. I like him a lot. His storyline was amazing. It was the best part of all of the storylines, probably. The main problem I had with it was most of the show, half of the episodes, didn't further the plot. They added characters that we saw a little bit later, or explained some things, but most of it's not even relevant to the finale. So therefore, there was no point in putting it in to begin with, other than filler. And there's enough animes with filler. Trust me, I know. We got to learn about the pasts of the characters, which was nice. I love backstories, origin stories, they're great. But it's not even, most of the episodes are still just filler and not the origin stories. I loved Faye. Faye was great. Her backstory was shocking, as I said, with her death on Earth and then her being cryogenically frozen and brought back, and the fact that she's 52 years old or something. And her amnesia, when she finally gets all her memories back at the end and realizes that she doesn't have anything left to go back to and rejoins the Bebop. She's one of my favorite female anime characters of all time. Spike's story was, as I said, definitely the best. His backstory carried the whole anime, in my opinion. Other than Faye's backstory, like I just said, and then Jet's as well was pretty good. I very much enjoyed the episode where we learn about his past, his police involvement, and the fact that the reason that he has a cybernetic arm, we realize, is because his partner shot it off, not the criminal that they arrested, that he was under the impression was the reason he lost his arm. That was nice. Ed, though, Ed was very annoying, and I hated her. I'm sorry. It's just, she served no purpose either. Like, all she did was hack into things. That was all. There was nothing else. I get it. Ein's a dog. People love dogs, but he was just basically their mascot. It was useful for one episode, like the episode that they got him. They're like, oh, he's genetically engineered. He's so cool, and then they never do anything with that other than like he's smarter than an average dog, which helps out Ed and keeps him company. But that's literally about it. Cowboy Bebop was an original anime, not based off of any manga. Sorry, don't really care. But it was adapted into a manga after. Sorry. When I was doing research on this, I read an article talking about how this is the greatest English dub of any anime. I only really watch dub unless, like, when the first anime first comes out, it's released only in subbed. So that doesn't really affect me in regards to Cowboy Bebop being one of the greatest English dubs versus Japanese sub. I don't really care about the difference, so that opinion didn't really have any relevance to me. And also the fact that people complain about dub versus sub, I don't really care about that either. I don't like having to watch the subtitles, the whole anime. I'm sorry. The platform you watch it on also affects the story because they change things based on what platform you watch it on. The maturity level, it's always mature, but they take things out apparently, such as profanity or blood and gore, to make it like more or less fit what they put as mature, I'm assuming. The nudity, I don't know. There's one nude scene, I don't really know how that gets affected in the platform differentiating. But the action, the science fiction, and the graphics, it's what made it what it is today. It was exceptional for its time, and I think that's why it's so hyped for what it is. The backstories were definitely the most interesting part of the entire thing. It moved the plot along and made it like actually want to watch it, and I paid attention very much to those episodes. The filler episodes, though, were very boring. I could barely pay attention to the filler episodes, and they just didn't interest me in the slightest. It's set in the future, so its believability remains to be seen. If it's anything like Back to the Future, then it was probably an over-expectation of what the future is going to hold. It's probably going to disappoint us, as most things do, but you never know. It could end up being similar to reality. Has good lessons, though. Loneliness is okay. The characters have to realize that along the way. But friendships and adventure add to life, and nobody's going to solve your problems for you. You have to do it yourself. Objectively, the character development was fantastic. Like I said, the backstories were like the key point of carried the show. Great character development. Faye's backstory was heartbreaking and interesting. As I said, Spike's was very good. The ending was the whole hook of the show. Really sealed it all together. Great ending. Ed was, like I said, very annoying, but I guess she can grow on you if you give her the ability to. Every episode was different and unique. They never did the same thing twice. Like, it's a show about bounty hunters. Like, they're obviously going to be going after bounties, but they were still different every time, and it was unique. And honestly, like, they didn't do the same thing twice, so it's not, repeated. The plot is thickest in the Vicious versus Spike scene. And the choir music that plays during Spike's death was like, it was glorious. I'm telling, like, I think I had goosebumps watching it. That part was amazing. Just the fade to black to end it all, very good. Like, that was. Sorry, my headset turns off after 10 minutes. Yeah, but the animation was ahead of its time, very high quality still nowadays, and another, like I said, a reason why I think the anime is so hyped as it is. Overall, not what I was expecting going into it. It was, I would say, overhyped, but still high tier anime and worth the watch. It was perfect for people who like older anime, science fiction, action, adventure, you name it. You should watch it. It'll be right up your alley. Overall, though, great TV show, which leads me to give it a 9.4 out of 10 stars. Thank you for watching.